2 days after the power came on, we are down at Rockport Beach, seeing Texas come back alive.
We just made it through the big chill in the big chill of 2021, and you can check out our other video. We'll link to it right here and down below that we did while we were actually going through it. While we were in the midst of things, the one thing that I definitely noticed is every time we went out in public, every line we stood in, people were just so nice. You know, you just heard total strangers offering to help you, even though they had no help to give, and found ourselves offering help, even though we didn't really have much help to give either. So this community is definitely an amazing community of people.
In a world where Rockport-Fulton sees the big freeze, the Icemaggedon, and comes back to life after Snowbid 21.
We knew we wanted to connect with the community, so we headed to the Rockport-Fulton Market Days. These happen the third weekend of every month in front of the entrance to the Rockport-Fulton Beach.
And lo and behold, Zoe got to connect with her little doggy community too. Just a really fun little time, a lot of people out. I could tell people just kind of felt a little bit penned up. A lot of fun little displays, some of them a little off color obviously, but really entertaining overall.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in the Rockport-Fulton area on the third weekend of the month, you've got to check it out. There's all sorts of booths with different food and arts and decor.
Music, and it's also on Sunday, so it's Saturday and Sunday. And this, of course, is in the backdrop of the little Marina Harbor area. So you look across the street and you got fishermen, you know, working on their boats, some people literally fishing off the little docks, people pulling up for their bait. I mean, it's a cool little vibe. Again, as we were saying, people fishing, working on their boats, just kind of cruising around. This is kind of a typical Saturday, Sunday, frankly, any day here in Rockport-Fulton.
We also ran into our new friend Dennis from the YouTube channel Boondocking with Dennis. I'm going to link below to his channel. Make sure you check it out. After leaving the beach area, we took a little cruise through downtown Rockport, saw some people out and about and enjoying the town. And then we got hungry and decided it was time for lunch. We are hitting up Mac's Barbecue, and I think Zoe smells the food and is super excited, and it is legit.
Crazy good, and the reason Zoe is so excited is that we actually gave her some, and when we gave her a little bit, she literally went, "Oh, I didn't know that existed." Yes, Mac's Barbecue exists. He came here about 3 days ago when we were in the big freeze, we didn't have power, we didn't have water, and I think I sat in this line for an hour. And then later that day or the next day we went and got gas, and that was only half an hour. So you can just see how important food actually is.
The next morning, we headed off to church, which we were able to find one that was open.
First Baptist Rockport.
We are here together because God has called us. He's called us through His Son, Jesus Christ, and we are here to worship Him.
Everybody knows what needs to happen after church, and that is food. We headed off to the Irish pub in Fulton.
Yeah, Fulton's Irish Pub had posted on Facebook that they would be open. And you know what? Our groceries were limited at home, plus we wanted to support a local business.
And so we went, and
Yes,
we
we did.
indulged.
The food was amazing, and we got to play a little bit of shuffleboard, and I got my butt kicked pretty severely.
I did win. So this is the distribution area because people were still without water in the Rockport-Fulton area.
Yeah, and even if you had water, we were still under boil water instructions, so the water wasn't safe to drink. They were distributing some drinking water here, and so that was a really great thing to see.
So what do you do when your pier gets wiped out by a hurricane? You build a new one. Here's the brand new Fulton Pier.
It is absolutely gorgeous and a wonderful place where you will normally find a lot of people fishing. And they just rebuilt it and reopened it in January of 2021.
It's really beautiful. It sticks way out into the water.
That's what a pier does.
Oh, that's right.
Introducing Mark Tate, the tightrope walker. Here he comes. Will he fall? Oh, and he sticks the landing.
Tricky there because it got a lot narrower at the end. I don't know if you saw that. So you got to have an acrobat's kind of balance, almost a circus performer's sort of skill level.
Those are some fancy moves you got there, cowboy.
Skill.
So our personal story, we ended up with no power for 65 hours and no water for about 2 days. Power came back on and has stayed back on, thankfully. Water, on the other hand, has been intermittent, but that's by design of the city of Rockport because they leave it on for us all during the day and then they turn it off at night so they can continue to go to work on some of those broken water mains.
Yeah, we experienced something we've never experienced before.
I don't ever want to do it again.
Yeah, she, it was tough, especially the last night, the third night, had to be probably the mid 40s, maybe lower 40s inside of the house would be what I suspect. And so it was definitely a little nippy in there, but that day, what time was it that next day?
So we came home, we actually went out looking for hot food and coffee and also to check on somebody's relative who reached out to us. And she was okay, everything is good there. So, but anyway, so we went out to do that. We actually came home to grab some blankets to take to her. And while we were home, standing there, it literally went back on.
So that was like probably 10 or 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't ever want to go through it again. But so I'm a little traumatized. I'm having a tough time kind of getting back in the swing of things. But here's what's been really great, and we're going to show you today. This is how Rockport does it.
This is how Texas does it.
Mm-hmm.
This is Rockport Strong.
Yeah, the community here in Rockport talks about being Rockport Strong, and now we feel like we've experienced it too. We too are Rockport Strong now.
We are. We feel like a way bigger part of the community now, because we were out venturing around trying to find gas for the car because we were heating up in the car, trying to stay warm, venturing out trying to find any food because you can't cook food.
Right.
And also looking for water. So it was every day basically. It was kind of like, no, obviously we're driving around in a vehicle that was heated, but every day we were kind of like hunting and gathering. That's what we did.
Yeah, it was crazy experience. But here's what I will tell you is that here we are. Some people are still. We just talked to a few people that are still without power.
Yeah.
Or actually without water, still without water. I think by now everybody's got their power on. They are saying that the people who still don't have power, that's actually due to storm damage and not any of the blackout stuff
Yes.
that we went through. So, hold on. She's yanking at me. Come here. Oh, you leave that alone. That's disgusting. Okay.
Yeah, I got Zoe tugging on me. That's what's going on in the behind the scenes. She's tugging on.
Oh,
She's
you
trying to
leave it
roll in
alone.
something right behind me, and so she's loving this right now. But yeah, that's what's going on. So everybody had the dogs out today too. So Zoe got to meet a bunch of dogs,
Hey,
and
baby.
she was all good with that.
Oh, little baby.